I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production. Today I want to talk a little bit more about MMatcher. Last week I did a quick walkthrough of it, but now I'm going to show you how you can use this for guitar, especially how you can save your own, profiles, etc., and use them quickly and easily, and also how to match things. So we'll get started here. I have two sound samples. One is me just using my guitar, and it's on the bridge middle, the position between the bridge and the middle pickup, and it's coil tapped. It sounds like this. Okay, and here's something similar on the neck pickup. So as you can hear, these are in different positions. This one is between the bridge and middle, and it's coil tap, so it's more of a single coil sound, whereas the neck pickup is much fatter and it's a humbucking sound. So if you want to match them, we can use MMatcher. So what we're going to do is just go in here. I have it right here, MMatcher. We open it up. The easiest way to do this is just go in here. We'll go to the first one. We're going to just analyze it. I'll turn this recording off. Click reference, because this is the one we want it to match to, and then for the neck pickup we'll use it as the input. So we'll just go here, reference, click. And when it's done playing, just click that same button again, and it'll save your profile here. Now we need our input, or the one we want to match it to here. So I'll just start it here, and we'll do the same thing. Just click input, and then start playing it. And you see it matches it automatically. You don't have to click anything else. So there's a few things I'm going to do here, though, just to make this a little bit easier. You see here, these are actually very different in volume. So if you want to preserve that, which you might in the case of putting this before an amplifier plugin, because of the fact that the input's going to change it. So if you have like a really hot sound going into your amp, it may not sound as much like a single coil as you might think it would. So to change this somewhat, we can go in here in the advanced settings and make sure it's not on keep level. If I have keep level, it's going to boost it a little bit. Here, it's going to be down just a little bit. It was already like that for me, but if it's not, make sure this is off if you want to keep the levels similar to what they are. If you don't really care, just turn it on. The next thing I want to do is, this smoothness is okay, but I kind of want to adjust this and make it a little bit less smooth. So I usually like it maybe about 2%. So you'll get more of those like resonances in there. And I think it makes it a little bit more detailed, and that's kind of up to you. And finally, we have the average and max. You could try it any setting you want to. You see it makes a big difference. I think usually around like maybe 25 is good for me, but of course, adjust it yourself. And then you might have to adjust the output yourself, but I think this is maybe good. So let's hear this now. Okay, I'll just loop that for a second just so you can kind of hear the difference, and I'll turn it on and off, bypass it. So you can hear it's a big difference. So I'll play this one and then I'll play the other one. You might say, that's not exactly perfect, but I think it's pretty close, especially because, like I said, these two are two different recordings. It's not like I copied one to the other. This is actually me playing two different types. You can even hear in the first one, it's a little bit of buzzing on there. So you're never going to get the exact same performance, but I think this tone is close enough that in a recording, I certainly couldn't tell. So that's the first way to do this. Just a general way to do it in there. Make sure you have audio that will give you enough information to do that, but that's how you can do it. I'm going to go back to default here, and something that I like to do to make this easier so you don't have to go through that every single time is just take your guitar and make your own profile of your own guitar settings. So I'll grab my guitar here. I'm going to use the neck pickup on my guitar, and what I'm going to try to do is make a profile. It's very easy. Just turn on the input here. Should be able to hear my guitar. That's what my guitar sounds like. It's not being processed by anything. All we're going to do is click input, and I'm just going to play chords up and down the neck. I don't want to play like all chords in the key of C or the key of E, etc., because that's not going to give me a good average. I want to play pretty much all the notes on the neck if I can. Of course, you don't have to play every single one, but make sure you get a good variety, and it's not all in the same key or anything like that. Okay, here we go. Okay, hopefully that gave us a good representation. I actually had to do that over. I recorded that same thing before, but I realized that my tone knob had been turned down, and you don't really want that because that's not going to give you an accurate representation. You can look if I change the smoothness, you can see different resonances and things in there. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to save it. So we're going to go in here, click save. Inside here, I made my own folder called My Guitar. So I just went up here, guitars, click create, and just make whatever you want in here. Like that, and you make your own folder. So now that we have that, you can just put whatever you want in here. I'm going to put it in My Guitar. Since mine's a Schecter, I'll just call it Schecter neck and save it. Boom. So now when I look in here, you might see it. It may not be in there. If you notice, like, hey, I don't see my folder or anything in there, just get rid of this, delete it, and then restart the plugin. Sometimes it doesn't show up. Here, it actually did. So we have it in here. Now, since I have this, what I can do is go in here, and it's saved here for my different profiles for my guitar. So I can move the smoothness down to where I like it like this, move the average to where I like it here if I want. And now I can just go into reference analysis here. And instead of trying to record something or find something, I can just use any of the profiles here for whatever I want. So if I wanted to do, let's say, electric guitar, have something here. Let me find another one here. Don't know which one should I do. So you can hear that sounds really different from my neck pickup. So here is the profile. Off. Completely changed my sound. If I wanted something a bit different, like let's say the semi-acoustic. What do we have in here? What kind of, let's try D'Angelico. So the semi-acoustic, I think it gives me like a little bit of ambience in there too, which I like. If I think, I'm a little bit more of a jazz tone, I might even take down the tone knob on my guitar. So, as you can see, I can do that. Since I have the profile in here, it's easy for me to turn the tone knob in there, and it doesn't really make a difference afterwards. Before, when you're recording the profile, you probably don't want to do that, but after you have the profile recorded, you can turn it down easily and get good sound. This Joe Pass is already pretty dark. And of course, you even have acoustic guitars. So you can go in here with this, and I can find some acoustic guitar that I like and use it here. Make sure that you don't do what I was doing. I did this before. I was like, why is this not sounding good? And I realized, oh, it's because I have MGuitar Architect with amp and a cabinet and everything on there. So make sure you turn this off if you're going to use an acoustic. And then you have this. And this one, it seems like it's a little bit low in volume. I apologize because it's boosting here in these highs, and what's going to happen is probably going to increase the noise, especially since I don't have a gate here, but bear with me. Let me see, what else do I have? So there you go. That's an easy way you can use this with your own guitars. By creating your own profiles for your guitar in here, it makes it really fast and simple to audition different things. And as you heard, I'm playing this in real time, so you don't have to necessarily, wait and use this after you mixed everything. You can do this as you're playing. I know for me, sometimes having these different sounds makes you play a little bit differently. So you can put this on here and I can get an acoustic sound or that semi-acoustic sound, the hollow body sound where I'm playing if I want to play some jazz or something. And I think it can sometimes help your performance. So this is great. If you think, you know what, I'm going to use this afterwards, I want it to sound, better, I don't care if it causes latency or something, you can try increasing the quality here and even using the linear phase mode by turning minimum phase off. That'll give you latency and the quality will probably eat up more CPU, but you might find that sounds better for your purposes, especially for mixing. But for me, I think I don't really need it. It's sounding good to me already without all that. So hopefully I gave you some ideas on how you can use this, and I'll try to do one in the future on something else that I like to do with this. But if you have any questions, leave those down below. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done that. And finally, make sure you check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.